I create it at the quantum level. It means at the energetic level. At my level that I exist, I am the creator. Let that sink in. As the creator, I am also the observer. I observe from energetic detachment. I'm not attached to anything or anyone. I am the observer of my reality, of what I have created. I am the observer. When you realize I am the creator and now I'm going to observe my new reality because I just created new reality. I am the creator. I create it on the energetic level first. In the formless void of nothing, I create it there first. I create it as a vibrational frequency, and I am energetically observing that new reality. Those energetic frequencies start flowing through your physical body because you are now the experiencer as well, simultaneously the creator, the observer, and the experiencer of the thing that you just created. So you can create a new reality for yourself on the energetic level, because the quantum level, that's where it always gets created first. Welcome to Masters of Self University podcast, your highest source of sacred truths and universal wisdom. Hello, beautiful souls. I'm Rachel Fiori, mystic, spiritual teacher, psychic healer, and founder of Masters of Self University. Join our journey of soul transformation as we deep dive into this latest episode. Hello, mystical beings. Hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome to Masters of Self University podcast. I'm Rachel Fiori, your host for this episode. Accessing the quantum level of reality. Okay, we're going to talk about a few things here today. Accessing the quantum level of reality, functioning as the quantum creator. That means the creator of all that is. So understanding if you are actually functioning in and as you're accessing the quantum level of reality, then you are awakening enough. You are metaphysically educated enough to understand that you are the creator, the observer, and the experiencer simultaneously, all at one time. That is the definition of the Trinity. Okay, not some religious bullshit, brainwashing, fucked up crap that you should just throw in the trash, like Father, Son, and blah, blah, blah bullshit. Men and centralized men. Everything is centralized around men, and it's all fucking made up bullshit. The Trinity is you. That's what you are, but you have to understand what this really means. And this is accessing, actually functioning in the level of the quantum level of reality, where you can just transform realities very easily on an energetic level. Okay, this means you have to raise your level of consciousness to a high enough level where you no longer function in that patriarchal, dualistic, separation consciousness reality of the old world. All of that's synonymous. That all means the same thing. Patriarchy equals separation conscious equals consciousness equals duality consciousness. They are the same thing. That's what patriarchy is. It is dualistic consciousness or duality consciousness. It is separation consciousness. Period. Fucking end. The reason why it is because the man in human form does not represent the creator of life, because he can't create life. He doesn't give birth to life. So we're in the upside down world. When you understand what the creator, source of all things, the creator of all things. Okay, even saying God, it's not accurate. Goddess, if you want to humanize, we all know that there's no gender in the creator, in source, the original source of all that is. But if you're going to assign a gender to refer to source as a particular gender, it's she. It isn't even God. Literally, patriarchy, men removed removed goddess and completely cut that part off in order to make it male and give it a gender of man. That was done on purpose. It's not God. If you're going to say anything, refer to the creator as source, the creator of everything, of all that is, the source of all that is. Say it. Say it in a genderless way. That's fine. That's accurate. If you're going to humanize in some way, then it's goddess. It's she. It's her. Because she's the one that gives birth to you. You don't exist without woman giving birth to you. Period, end. It's that simple. She is the closest thing to goddess incarnated. That does not mean, when you come from the brainwashing of patriarchy, that means that women are superior in the way that men have tried to pretend to be superior in all these centuries. Like all that shit, all that brainwashing, mind control crap, just go. Goodbye. It's gone. So you can't function from that and then be able to hear and interpret the teachings that I offer to you, the teachings of oneness. You can't comprehend them. You can't interpret them. If you still are in the level of mind and that's it, you're only learning by gaining knowledge. That's not true learning. That's the old world. That's patriarchy. That's dualism. That's separation consciousness. Separation consciousness means that you'll learn what patriarchy brainwash you with, and then you'll just apply it to women. That's not how oneness consciousness works. It's not how creator consciousness works. Which is the same thing. Okay, so if you understand that, then it'll be a little bit easier to understand what I'm about to teach you and offer you. When the creator, source, that light, consciousness that is, when that became aware of itself, listen to my words, I'm going to say this again, listen carefully. When that became aware of itself, the creation of self-awareness occurred. So a second self, that's the first being that was created by goddess, by source, was another aspect of me, goddess, me, source, another aspect of me that is self-aware. That self-aware part of me, because I realize now that I exist. So that self-aware is the mirror looking back at me, showing me a reflection of me. That I am actually aware of me now means I have created the observer. So the Trinity, 3 arms of the Trinity, the creator herself, the creator itself, source itself. Obviously, that's the first arm of the Trinity. When that creator realized I exist, therefore I am, that self-awareness created a version of me, the creator, that is a mirror, that is an observer. So the creator is number 1, the observer is number 2. That observer of me, the mirror of me, the self-aware me, the me that's aware that I exist, that part of me then gained or created desire to create more, the desire to experience more aspects of me. Because I am the observer, I observe and I realize now through self-awareness that I am the creator. And as the creator, I just created a mirror of me that realizes I'm me, it's me, we are one, and I can now create more. I can go on to create more in order to experience me as the creator, the experiencer. To experience creations, the experiencer is the third arm of the Trinity. So, number one is the creator, number two is the observer, number three is the experiencer. And I'll pop this on the bottom of the screen, scroll across the screen for those of you who are watching on YouTube. So that's what the Trinity is. The Trinity is the creator plus the observer plus the experiencer. So I'm observing the creations I create, I, the creator. I am experiencing the creations that I create. I observe them and I experience them. All three of those together are what you are. Okay. So when you are actually accessing the quantum level of reality, let's say that you really don't enjoy your life right now and you want to create something very different. When you deny through all the brainwashing and all the mind control, and you don't realize you're denying, you don't realize energetically you are actually denying that you are a fractal of goddess incarnated, a fractal of source incarnated as a human. If you only intellectually say, oh, yeah, I know that I'm that. If it's on an intellectual level or at the intellectual level, not good enough. If it's only at the level of mind that you think that, or you think you know that about yourself, or I believe that about myself, if it isn't deeper than that, you got to get out of mind. The energetic frequency of the wisdom, the knowing that this is what I am, that is a much deeper level of existence as a human than staying trapped in your mind and thinking you know stuff. I don't care how much you don't know shit. No matter how much you know and can regurgitate knowledge, you don't know anything. When you energetically, at a vibrational frequency, you're not vibrating at these higher frequencies that reflect the wisdom, the claircognizance, the actual knowing that this is what I am. You cannot access higher realms and create new worlds. You can't create new countries and jump timelines when you don't have the ability to access higher frequencies. And the only reason you don't have ability to access the higher frequencies is because you haven't yet become them. Do you understand? I opened the door to accessing this level of reality or this frequency. I access the power of creating a timeline shift, a timeline jump. For example, I can quantum jump. I can go in at the quantum level of reality. I can access this level of existence. I can create a completely new reality here on an energetic level, and then watch the magic as things start showing up in my everyday life experience, showing me I shifted. Here's your quantum shifting practice. I shifted things. Evidence is going to come back. And when I know, because I'm willing to learn it and I've become all this, so I learn how this actually works. I become the higher frequencies. I function on that and access that quantum reality, that quantum level of reality. I shift things around. And then I focus my attention on what's coming in to prove to me that I made the shifts. When I am the way of presence, the way of patience, the way of surrender, and the way of presence. That's why it's so critical to energetically, vibrationally become each and every universal way of oneness. If you focus and study and become those first, accessing the quantum level of reality is so easy because you already are the vibrational frequency of patience. You already are the vibrational frequency of surrender, which means you're in flow with everything, with the universe, with source herself. When you are the way of surrender, you don't resist. You don't, well, I don't want that. Shut the fuck up and get out of your stupid mind and get out of your preferences and get out of your goddamn beliefs and get out of what you do or don't want. You have to function at higher frequencies than that if you want to change your reality for real and you want to change this world into a better world. You have to vibrate at a higher level of wisdom than that. And you have to be able to surrender and stop resisting everything that fucking comes your way. Because when you're in flow with it, which is what surrender is, you are able to flow with what's coming to you. And as you are able to flow with what's coming to you, you're able to become vibrationally at the function at the frequency of the way of presence. Presence means you are the observer, you are the receiver, both. That's what the way of presence means. Okay, so you access the quantum level of reality, which means you understand, and I don't mean just intellectually in your mind, you vibrate at the frequency of understanding. This is part of the way of wisdom, to become the way of wisdom. You're vibrating at the frequency where you have the internal divine understanding that you just created something out of nothing, because that's what source does, because I am the creator. So if I want a new thing to occur in my life and my reality, I create it at the quantum level. It means at the energetic level, at my level that I exist, I am the creator. Let that sink in. As the creator, I am also the observer. I observe from energetic detachment. I'm not attached to anything or anyone. I am the observer of my reality, of what I have created. I am the observer. So now you're getting into a little bit of depth in I won't go into detail on this, but we're diving into, in the classes, I will teach this in detail at Masters of Self University, or Metaphysical School. Now we're getting into quantum physics, where to be the observer, when you activate this part of you, this arm of the Trinity, that's how you change reality. The observer of the new reality you just created. Okay, if you don't understand what this means, it's okay. Hang in there with me. If you really want to understand what this means and be able to do it yourself, then you got to enroll as a student and take our courses at Masters of Self University. It's just that simple. Okay, got to take the coursework and learn it. Go to the university and become a student. When you realize I am the creator and now I'm going to observe my new reality because I just created new reality. Remember, new reality isn't, I don't see it yet. That I am the creator. I create it on the energetic level first. In the formless void of nothing, I create it there first. I create it as a vibrational frequency. And I am energetically observing that new reality. Those energetic frequencies start flowing through your physical body, because you are now the experiencer as well, simultaneously the creator, the observer, and the experiencer of the thing that you just created. So you can create a new reality for yourself on the energetic level, because the quantum level, that's where it always gets created first. It's where Goddess creates everything first, before any physical manifestation occurs. Okay? You create it. You are observing your new reality on the energetic level. How do you observe that? You got to take the courses, guys. I'm just going to simplify it here, give you the overview here. When you observe that, it solidifies it. This is the double slit experiment, the famous one from quantum physics. Because you observed it, it shifts and changes your old reality. It has to, because you observe it. So how do you create energetically and observe nothing energetically? You learn how to do that in our courses. You observe that reality, and then all of a sudden, your instantaneous, immediate feedback is first on the energetic level. What does that mean? You feel it in your physical body. So you will feel the waves of creation, the creator waves. You will feel the energetic spiraling of the Fibonacci code, which is the creator consciousness literally manifested into physical form, and everything has the Fibonacci sequence. You will feel that flowing through your physical body. It's why we teach you at Masters of Self University to get to this level. You have to have the capability and the power to start working with subtle energies so that you can go experience what I'm talking about right now. Your emotions are subtle energies. If you're still suppressing your emotions and you don't want to feel them and transform them inside of you, you can't do what I'm talking about here. So you got to learn that first. Okay. So now the Trinity is the creator, the observer, and the experiencer all at once. You are all three. And when you vibrationally know this, then you will create, you will observe the new creation. That new creation will flow through you energetically, and it will flow through you in sacred geometry as energetic patterns. Again, like the spiral energetic pattern of the Fibonacci sequence, for example, it will flow through. Your body will start to experience it first. And then what will happen is you'll start to see things show up in your physical reality that shows you created what you created. Now, why doesn't every single thing, when you function at this level, this is functioning at the quantum level of reality, accessing it and creating new realities for yourself, new timeline jumping, new shifts. Okay. Because you are the Trinity, you are the creator, the observer, and the experiencer. This is the quantum level that you can function on. Okay. Now, when you do this, why certain things that start coming into your reality that show you've created a new timeline, a new reality, you're functioning at a new vibrational level, and you can do it very easily once you learn how. It's easy and it's a quick process. Again, you have to learn how, you have to integrate, and you have to master it. Come on, put the fucking work in, people. Why do some things still take time, like the bigger things you want to create, still take time to come into your physical reality? Here's the easiest, the simplest way I can put this. There's two big things that I'm going to share with you, teach you about this. Number one, because you are the creator, the observer, and the experiencer 100% of the time, always in everything you create, you are observing your old reality, and then you bring your attention and you focus on the old shit that you don't like about your life. So literally what you've just done when you learn the work that I just described, when you create at this level, and then, oh my God, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm high. I feel like I'm drunk. Oh, I can feel these energies flowing through me. There's your proof. There's your fucking evidence of what you just did. Now, as the way of trust, I trust in myself as the creator that I just did this, and I can feel it flowing through me. There's my evidence. Energetically, I feel it. Okay. But you choose to then go take all of your focused attention on the shit that isn't yet changed in your life, what you don't like. And what you've done is you've now just blocked and put up a wall. You've removed your attention as the observer of your reality. You've removed one of the arms of the Trinity from your new creation. You've focused your attention back to the old creations that you've already created with it. You know damn well create so much suffering and shit. Why would you pay attention to them? You refocus your attention on all the old crap and then wonder why the new things don't come in for you. Well, you just blocked it. Here you went and energetically created everything because you're the creator, you observing it. And then you were experiencing it on an energetic level because that flows through your physical body. I want you to hear me very clearly. When that energy of what you just created flows through your physical body and you are experiencing that surge of energy, which again, you'll learn when you take the courses at Masters of Self University. When that flows through your physical body, that's it coming into your physical reality. It flows through your physical body first. The creator, the observer, the experiencer. So what you do from there forward as the observer, you observe all the new things that are different to reflect what you created. Time space isn't real. It exists in this realm so that we can experience things in a linear way. That's why things, quote unquote, take time. Although you have on an energetic level instantaneous feedback as the experiencer, that you just created something completely new, a completely new reality for yourself. Instantaneously, you get feedback energetically. Now, what starts showing up in your life experience in a tangible way, in a physical way, literally can be minutes later. Weird things will start to show up in your reality, physical things. Okay, an animal will be trapped in your garage. That's one of the things that just happened recently. I posted some stuff on social media about it. A bird was trapped in our garage. A whole flock of birds will come swooping overhead. A bunch of fire trucks and police cars and sirens will be blaring everywhere outside of your house. Butterflies all day long. You'll see butterflies flying around your car when you're running errands. Like literally anything could start showing up in your reality to show you you're on a different timeline, a different frequency right now. Sometimes the police cars and the ambulances and the sirens and the fire trucks and all that is to show you your old reality is collapsing because you created a new one. And we're so mind controlled and brainwashed. We're like, oh no, warning, that's danger. Oh no, scary. What does that mean, Rachel? It means stop going into the old reality of fucking fear based mind controlled bullshit where you're powerless. What are you talking about? Why are you looking at everything so fucking negative all the time? That is a reflection manifested in physical form because you transform your reality. And all of a sudden, there's all these like emergency vehicles everywhere because your fucking old reality is collapsing. Because that's how powerful you are. It has to show itself to you, and it will in countless ways in your physical reality. We're here to have a physical experience. So, what you physically shift when you quantum shift like this, it starts showing evidence of it, starts showing up in a tangible way, in physical form. That's why all these silly examples I give you, butterflies, flocks of birds, a bird trapped in your garage, ambulances, fire trucks, whatever. A new person that bumps into you or introduces themselves to you. It was such a pleasant conversation. It doesn't matter. You don't become friends. Don't get out of your mind. Don't put any attachment on anything. You're just observing. Remember, you're the observer. You're the creator. You already created this. You are observing. And when you observe what is in your new reality, you are also experiencing what is in your new reality. And it's showing up in a tangible way. Okay. The more you're able to do this, the more you raise your level of consciousness, the higher vibrational frequency you literally, the higher frequency, energetic frequency that you are literally vibrating at. Here's your ascension and your ascension symptoms. Your physical body will go through ascension symptoms when you choose to do this on your own. You will get the what feels like the ascension flu. A lot of people call it ascension flu, which I think is a beautiful depiction. It's a great term because it's very accurate. You get the ascension flu. Okay. You get achy, your bones hurt, you're exhausted, you're fatigued. You get some of that stuff. Now, if you are still attached to the old world, I'm sick. Stop it. No, you're not. You're elevating. There's a difference. So yeah, nurture your physical body. Go the fuck to bed at 8:00. Rest as much as possible. Nurture yourself through that. Because that's what it means to be the way of compassion, the way of harmlessness and gentleness for yourself, the way of unconditional love for yourself. This is why it's so critical to become the universal ways of oneness. So no matter what's flowing through, no matter what you're experiencing, you're not resisting it. You're not judging it. You're not energetically attaching to it. You're not going into your mind about it. You're not trying to change it. Oh, I don't like it this way. I need to show up in a different way. Are you serious? Are you really that arrogant, you entitled fuck? You're telling the universe, the God, which is the God part of you, that you in human form who haven't evolved yet into enlightened being, you're going to seriously say it should show up differently than it has when you're the one who hasn't mastered how to function at the quantum level of reality yet, but you're going to say, I don't want it like that. How fucking arrogant are you? And you're the same person who's going to bitch and complain about not getting the things that you want yet in life. We got to grow up here. You become every vibrational frequency, which are these 20 vibrational frequencies. You get to the level of harmony. The level of harmony, the 20th universal way of oneness, means you are every single one of these ways of oneness, vibrating all these frequencies together in oneness. Guess what that means when you're all 20? You start elevating at the levels of harmony. There's 12 levels to each and every single way of oneness, by the way. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter except for because there are 12 levels. When you finally hit the way of harmony, you start harmonizing your life. That's what it means to work at the quantum level of reality, of accessing it. You are literally harmonizing your life because you're functioning in the wisdom, way of wisdom, number 19. You're functioning as the wisdom of I am the creator, I am the observer, I am the experiencer all at one time. I'm all of it. I am the Trinity. You now are starting to harmonize your life existence, your life experience while you're alive on this planet. That is the creator frequency. Direct. So all these people, they're like, oh, anybody can access God. Well, okay, let's fucking get a little wiser than that. Come on, way of wisdom here. It doesn't mean that there isn't, as the way of truth, that there isn't truth in that. Most people don't have the slightest fucking clue what they're talking about. If you just could access the creator frequency, which is all the 20 ways of oneness in once, which is the way of harmony, if you could simply access that, your goddamn body would explode. You would have a psychotic break. You have to be elevated enough. You have to become. Do you think the most evil, darkest people on the world just access creator frequency? They're not accessing that. They're so fucking disconnected from creator frequency, which is why they're raping little children and butchering and killing people and raping women and all the things that they do. So no, it is pure ignorance to say, well, every single one of us can just at any time we want to access God creator. No, you can't. You have to become it first. Once you become it and you are an elevated frequency, which is every one of these ways of oneness that I keep trying to teach you to become, once you access and you function at a certain frequency as the way of harmony, then you have full flow and full access and can channel and transmit and translate the transmissions directly from creator consciousness. Until you get to that level, no, you're not. That's what other beings are for. That's what other alien beings, angelic beings, that's why you need to communicate with them. You're not high enough frequency to tap directly in. That isn't a fucking insult. If you're offended by that, for the love of God, grow up and educate yourself. Let me give you an example of this truth. Here's where patriarchy, duality consciousness, separation consciousness, all the same thing. Here's where patriarchy, to enslave people, the religious patriarchy took, remember I teach you this, they always take some of the truth and then they infuse it with lies and bullshit. Always some of the truth, because then it's more believable. It's easier to manipulate you and trick you that way. So here's where they took a tiny little bit of the truth, what I just shared with you, what I just taught you. And in all of your sexist, misogynistic, male fucking religion bullshit crap, in all these religions, they tell you that you need to have a priest, a pastor, let's say priest. You have to have that priest that's the only one who can commune with God. And then you have to commune through the priest, through the minister, through the whatever. Like they are the ones who can connect to God. None of them fucking can. But do you understand what I just taught you, how they took some truth? Yes, you need the person who is elevated enough when you are not yet that elevated. Let me say this again. Yes, you need the person who is connected directly to that creator frequency, which is the way of harmony, a higher level of the way of harmony. When you have somebody that functions and vibrates energetically at that level, and you want creator consciousness to give you the wisdom and the guidance and the teachings, you better go to that person who is actually connected to creator consciousness. That means you're not talking to ascended masters anymore, or angels, or the saints, or alien being. You don't need to. You're higher than that. You go higher than them. And it doesn't mean you never talk to those beautiful beings. They're all divine and incredible. If you want creator consciousness and you want to go direct, yes. You see how they took that one little bit of truth and they put it in all these male fucking psychotic religions, acting like you don't have that ability? In oneness, you go to the teacher who already functions that way, lives as that. Follow me, I am the way. Because that teacher is here to teach you how to become it yourself. You have the power and the ability to become that yourself. But no, you are not tapping into fucking creator just because you're alive on the fucking planet. Get out of here. Grow up. It is a becoming. Do you have the ability to become that? Of course, every single person is source, is a fractal of source incarnated. Every single being is a fractal of source incarnated. So yes, you have the ability to become it, but you have to become it. Until then, your own soul, your intuition, start there. That's what we teach everybody. Start there. You have to commune with your own soul and be guided by your own soul. Don't ever communicate with beings outside of that until you learn what your soul feels like, because then you can't be manipulated and brainwashed by evil beings pretending to be of the light. You know how many people are, oh, I channel blah, 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 blah from the planet, blah, 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 blah. And they think they're in their spiritual ego and they think they're special and they're oh, I can channel. Who the fuck cares? Do you know what your soul feels like energetically? And do you know how to communicate with your own soul first? Because if you haven't done that, guess what? I don't care if you've been channeling that fucking alien for 20 years. You have no idea if they're manipulating you and getting you to a place where people trust you so that they can manipulate the masses. How the fuck do you know when you don't even know what your own soul feels like? Trust me, you ain't fucking talking to God. Not yet. You're not high enough yet. Yes, there is a hierarchy to this stuff, and it never lacks equality. It's not about superiority, inferiority. You're inferior, so you don't talk to God. Get the fuck out of here. That's patriarchy, brainwashing bullshit. Get out of here. It means you have to become a high enough vibrational frequency to function at that frequency. Hello. You don't live on the 50th floor of the high rise when you live on the second floor. If you live in the apartment on the second floor, you're not like, oh, I live on the 50th floor. There's 100 stories, 100 floors here, and I live on the 50th. I just came to your apartment. It's second floor. What are you talking about? Like, you're delusional. So you have to pack up your apartment, sign a new lease, pay the deposit, whatever, and you have to physically move to the 50th floor in order to live on the 50th floor and access what is on the 50th floor. It is that simple. Until you can do that, guess what? All the people that live on the 50th floor, they're going to tell you what it's like on the 50th floor. You don't know. You're on the second. You have to take their word for it. But you know what you get from the people that already live on the 50th floor? They're like, oh my God, my friend who's in apartment 507 is moving. They're going to be moving. So that apartment on the 50th floor is going to come available in 2 months. You should call the office and put in now so that you could move up to the 50th. It's so badass up here. So it's worth it to talk to the people on the 50th floor that are higher than you, obviously. I know it's a silly analogy, but that should help you understand the analogy. Of course, there's a hierarchy when it comes to metaphysics and spirituality. Hello, duh. Of course there is. That never includes inequality in any way. You are not inferior to any other being. You're just in a different grade. You're literally on a different frequency than them. That's all it means. You want to be on a higher frequency and do what they can do and become what they've become, then you have to put the work in. You have to learn from them, teaching you and guiding you to get to that level. Takes work and effort. This isn't passive. How entitled are you? Knock it off. Do the work. No one is your savior. So when you learn how to access and you become high enough to just access the quantum level of reality, and by the way, I'll give you another little tip here. You know how sometimes you guys will do some whatever the hell you do with your manifestation fucking bullshit. Ugh, throw it out. God damn it, throw it out. I mean, you don't have to. I'm never going to judge you for it. You're making it so much harder on yourselves to manifest what the fuck you want in your life. But all that crap that you learned, you know how sometimes something will manifest quickly or you get a glimpse? It's because you had a crumb of accessing that quantum level of reality. Now, I need 5 more podcast episodes to have you even understand energetically what's happening when that happens. I'm not going to waste my time here. Take the courses at Masters of Self University. You are accessing it sometimes, little crumbs of it. But then you start to get up that high vibration. You start to raise higher, but then you drop right back down. That's the problem. That's one of many reasons I'm simplifying it. That's one of many reasons, but it's what I told you a minute ago. I was having this conversation with someone yesterday. Sorry. It's what I shared earlier in this episode, that your attention, what you do is you go back and focus on all the old stuff you've already experienced. You've already created it. There's your Trinity. You've already observed it all, and it all sucks. Pain, suffering, survival, suffering. And then you've already experienced all of that. Why would you want to experience it again? But I don't. But you do, because you keep going back to it. You just don't put your attention on it. You learn to access this quantum level of reality. You function there. You create something brand new because you're the creator. You observe the creation. Again, I know that part could be a little challenging to understand, but it's only because you haven't taken the classes yet at MSU. That's all. You observe the energetics that you just created. And there's several ways that you observe that when it's formless energy. And then you experience it. And that experience comes in levels, it comes in waves. You literally learn how to collapse a wave from this new reality you just created for yourself. You collapse it into the old reality, literally. And now energetically, you feel the new reality and how it exists. And it starts flowing through you, through your physical body, because it has to come through physically, because we live in a physical reality here. After that, we created a reality where time, quote unquote time, that's just another literal creation, a temporary creation, because source experiences everything all at once simultaneously. Everything simultaneously. But in human form, we've created, source created time in order for us to experience things in a linear fashion so that we can, quote unquote, slow things down. We get to take our time with experiencing. So you'll experience it on an energetic level after you've created your new reality through your physical body. And then physically, because we created time to be linear so we can experience things in a linear way. This is where the definition of divine timing starts to come online. It's connected to linear time. Divine time is connected to linear time. I've now created this thing, and then it starts showing up in my physical reality. Things are different in my physical reality in this minute, this hour, this day, compared to before I did this quantum shift. Okay. And then the big thing that I created energetically, there's the divine time, which is connected to linear time. Now, as long as I don't go take my attention and ruin what I just created by focusing on the old shit that I don't like, because that's what we've been brainwashed and mind controlled to do, literally, so that we'll never get the things we want. And if we do, we have to work so fucking hard for it. This is so much easier. Just create it energetically and then watch it come in. And if you are the way of presence, that means you're the observer and you're the receiver of the new thing that you created. The way of presence is key here because it means you observe all the new things coming into your reality. That's different. That's different. That's different. Oh my gosh, so many different things today. So many different things this week. So many different things this month since I went at the quantum level, accessed it, created a new physical reality for myself on that energetic quantum level and experienced it energetically. And then just as the way of presence, I observed, I received what was coming to me. I was just observing all the things that were different. That's super fun and super exciting. It makes life really fun. Ooh, what's going to happen today that's different? You don't tell a story about it. You're not attached to it. You don't make it anything negative about it. That's the old mind control brainwash bullshit to keep you in survival mode and suffering. So don't do that. Just don't do it. Knock it off. And as you keep observing, and you're the way of presence, if you vibrate at the frequency of presence, as the frequency of the way of presence, you are observing, you are also receiving. And the way of presence is number 5 out of 20 universal ways of oneness. Let me put it back up so you can see them. The way of surrender is number 3. 3, surrender, means you're already in flow with the universe. You're not resisting anything. If you're in resistance, you're blocking what's fucking coming. If you can't handle, if you can't receive butterflies floating around you today, a bunch of butterflies coming to you, how could you receive your new car or your new house? You desperately want to buy a house. You're tired of renting, blah, 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 whatever. You're not willing to receive it. You're literally telling the universe, block. If you are not in surrender and flow, oh great, oh butterflies, oh big deal, oh yeah, butterflies. I don't have a car. I have to use public transportation. It takes me 2 hours to get to work now. Fuck, life fucking sucks. Blah. If you literally refuse and resist the butterflies, how would you receive a new car? You're not. Energetically, vibrationally, you're fucking not. You are the creator. You're blocking it. Is that sinking in for some of you? I hate my job. This sucks. Well, you just create a new one by accessing the quantum level of reality. But if you are not the way of surrender, if you are not in as the way of truth, seeing the truth and that, oh, look at this, little things are going to come in your reality to show you, you did actually create that new thing, that new job, for example. You're blocking it instead. And then you're seriously, who are you cursing out? Everyone under the sun, including God. God's you. So you're cursing out yourself. Who's the idiot here? Do you see it? If you're not in flow and you're not the way of presence and you're unwilling because you lack presence, means you lack the divine spaciousness and the openness to receive what's coming. So if you don't receive those butterflies, that's so stupid. I don't care about butterflies. I care about getting a new car. This sucks every day. Fucking 4-hour commute. Blah, 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 blah. Instead of, see, that's your mind control brainwashing. You're co-creating hell on earth, suffering for yourself, trapped in survival mode. That's how you're tricked into creating that for yourself. That's why learning about the brainwashing and the mind control is so important to stop doing it. So you receive the butterfly. You're like, oh my God, there's butterflies today. There's a lot of butterflies today. That's new and different. I'm on a new vibrational frequency. I'm in a new reality. That was some timeline jumping. I just quantum jumped. And then you feel sick. And maybe for several days you're sick and you're like, "Oh, look, Ascension flu. I'm ascending. My physical body's catching up." Why? Because I created a new reality. Because I am the creator. I created a new physical reality for myself at an energetic level. I've observed that creation. I've experienced that new reality in all of these beautiful, magnificent, small ways. Yeah, I feel like shit because I'm sick. I have the Ascension flu. That is incredible and amazing. It means I fucking elevated. This is to celebrate. I'm going to nurture myself. I am going to be every damn way of universal ways of oneness, harmlessness and gentleness, connection, compassion for how I feel. And I'm going to keep being the way of presence, which means I'm going to keep observing what's coming in, the new reality, evidence, physical evidence of the new reality. I'm going to celebrate every one of those. Feels amazing. It's exciting. It's so fun. And then more things happen, more things happen, more things. Do you understand the quantum shift you created? When you get really good at this, you'll create it in minutes or seconds, literally. Now, the process of feeling it and experiencing it can take minutes. It's so fun. Seriously, I wouldn't want it to take only a few seconds because it is absolutely incredible to move through this and experience this for real. Absolutely incredible. Never do a fucking drug ever again. Oh, quote unquote plant medicine. You'll never do that again because you will never have to. This is way more powerful. That lasts several minutes and then your entire reality has to change. But we have chosen to live in linear time. So, in divine timing, if you are the way of presence, if you are the way of loyalty to the process, to your own divinity, your own divine process, if you're the way of loyalty in the sense that, and the way of humility, by the way, that you're humble enough to know, oh, and patient, I'm the way of patience. This is going to come in as it comes in. That is divine timing. So if I'm the way of presence and I'm willing to receive every little thing that comes to me instead of going negative and going back to the old way that I used to be, I'm receiving all of these things. That means more and more and more will manifest and come in because I'm open to receiving it all. And I'm receiving it in a linear fashion because that's what time is. It is the ability, it is the experience of us experiencing things in a physical reality in a linear fashion. That's it. We've chosen to come into a reality like this, to slow things down. So if you're the way of presence and you're willing to receive and you're just open, divinely spacious, and you're receiving everything that comes to you, no matter what it is, and you don't put some mind stupid judgment on it and tell some mind story, get out of your mind, tell some story about what it must mean. Just, oh, that's different. That's exciting. Ooh. And then the understanding of what it actually symbolizes or represents often comes later. Oh my God, that was the collapse of my old reality. That wasn't anything negative. Oh, there was a terrible crash outside of my house. Ah. Oh my God, that is the symbolism of your old reality crashing on an energetic level. It's destroyed. See how you don't live in mind and say that must mean something negative? Knock it the fuck off, grow up, educate yourselves. And if you just keep in flow as the way of surrender of all of that, what happens over time, that car that you wanted, that you need so desperately just flows right in. And you don't ever need to know how it's coming. Stop. Get out of my, but I don't have the money for it. Doesn't fucking matter. You are the creator of everything that exists, that ever has existed, that ever will exist. You have the power as the creator. That's what you are. You will bring it into your own life. You are creating that. That's what you are. Become every way of oneness so that you can get to the level of that creator frequency, which is the way of harmony, and harmonize your own life in the way that you see fit, in the way that you want to. And the way that you want to no longer comes from ego and trauma and powerlessness and wounding and me. It comes from the goddess that you are, the source creator of all things that you are. And man, is life way more fun when you're creating and observing and experiencing life at that level. You want to experience that too? I invite you. It is just, there are no words for it. You want to get there, you want the help, go to mastersofselfuniversity.com. Enroll as a student, become this, create all of this for yourself, and live life in a way that you never, your stupid little mind, never could have imagined that you could experience this. It's all right here for you. You just have to be willing to become it. Share this out with anybody who you think could benefit, who might want to become this too. Thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now, everybody.